The silver price breaching $40 by week's end. Silver continuing its march higher. That's what we're hearing from some top analysts. We also have a warning from Robert Kiyosaki, and Chinese state television is reporting something incredible about silver. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the basement, choosing to spend some time down here talking about silver and gold. Please subscribe to the channel. You're important. I'm not here without you. So please go out, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's dig right in right now to what we're talking about. We've got some interesting developments in the silver market, which are prompting some analysts, including one of our favorites, Mr. Rashad, to predict that silver could be up to $42 to $44 in its next leg up. He says, this is what I expect silver to do this week. So he is predicting that by week's end, potentially we could see silver in that $42 to $44 range. And doesn't it seem plausible? We've looked ad nauseum that silver has broke through several of the key resistance levels. And guys, when we get above 40, Katie bar the door, the move from 40 to 50 will be swift, will be beautiful, and we will be enjoying it all together because we've been waiting for a long time sitting down here talking about silver and gold. If you want to get your hands on some silver, if you believe that the silver price is going higher, here's a beautiful round from our sponsor, First Mint. First Mint is owned by First Majestic Silver. They mine the silver in Mexico, ship it to Nevada to the First Mint facilities. First Mint is owned by First Majestic Silver, but in Nevada, it is transformed into world-class silver bullion products. They have a great selection. They've got great prices, free shipping over $199. And again, they're owned by First Majestic Silver, Keith Neumeyer's juggernaut silver mining company. So you know that they are a company you can trust. What's Robert Kiyosaki telling us, right? The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What's he telling us about gold and silver? He's giving us a big warning. Let's go look at his most recent tweet. And guys, this should make our ears perk up. Let's get up here. There we go. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad's rule, savers are losers. Question, what does the Fed do when they screw up? Okay, in 1987, they printed fake money. In 1998, when LTCM collapsed, they printed money. 2019, repo market seizure, print. COVID, print. Silicon Valley Bank, print, right? The most recent. If it's not a new crisis, it's the same crisis getting bigger. Stop saving fake dollars. And in yellow, what he says, start saving real gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Protect your wealth. America is the biggest debtor nation in history because of the Fed. The biggest crash in history is coming soon. Take care. So is he the town crier, or is he for real, right? Could we be in for a crash? I know it feels like most of us have never really had a super serious market crash. But if Robert Kiyosaki is correct, we could see a downdraft in the gold and silver price in the event of a crash. But the only thing the Fed can do, the only trick they have, is to print more money. And in the end, that will dilute the value of the dollar. That will result in higher prices. What about China? China's taking over the precious metals markets. Russia taking over the precious metals markets. India taking over. But what is Chinese state media saying about silver that should make our ears perk up yet again, my fellow basement dwellers? Let's take a look at this first, and then we'll see what Chinese state media is saying. This came from Make Gold Great Again. President Xi of China is sucking up the West silver to build an industrial superpower at a discount. Or said another way, you have some silver and I have a straw. There it is. See it? My straw reaches across the room and starts drinking your silver. Drink, drink, drink your silver. Drink it up. And this shows it right here. And we're going to look at some data, right? The Chinese silver price was at the time of this $40.61. The Western silver price almost a full $2 lower at $38.84. Now, another way that we can look at this is Hold on one second here. Where is it? Oh, hold on. Here it is. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Make sure we got you on the right screen, which we do. I apologize for the brief delay. This is the latest information from our friend, the Oriental Ghost. There he is right there. And by Jajun. Now, let's look at the most recent data in terms of the silver price. We know we're around $39 here in the U.S. Oh, lo and behold, in China, the silver price on the Shanghai Gold Exchange is still a full $2 higher. Guys, this is the Shanghai Gold Exchange. There's the silver price. Okay, and there it is at 41.16. But why we pay attention to this is because the Shanghai Gold Exchange is a physical market. Okay, so we're comparing a pure physical market to a paper make-believe market at the COMEX and the LBMA in the United States. Okay, and their price is a full $2 higher. But it gets more interesting when we read what he has to say here. There's there are 87,600 silver enterprises in China. 1,600 new registrations were made in 2024, and 909 have been registered this year. CCTV, the Chinese state television, reports that silver sales are boom, boom, boom. Remember that song? Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. Anyway, that got a little dirty. So I apologize. But silver's going boom, 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 thanks to our friend, the Oriental Ghost. And July 23rd data, silvers are at new high. Here, let's take a look at the report that he's talking about. And here we go. At the upper left, he has it underlined in red, CCTV, consumer proposition. Okay, the price of silver has been rising, and the sales of silver bars and silver jewelry, which we've talked about a lot, are booming. China is taking over the world of silver. Okay, China is helping with price discovery for silver, and haven't we been waiting for a long, long time? Don't forget, right? Our little friend there, the silver bear, right? When he gets to $85, the blindfold comes off. There's First Mint. We talked about them, our Mint bullion dealer sponsor. And of course, we also want to say thanks to First Mining Gold for making the silver and gold content available. They are a development stage Canadian gold developer with two huge projects in Canada, Springpole in Ontario, Duparquet in Quebec. They got a lot of gold in the ground, and they're moving through the permitting process. It's a stock that I've owned for years, but as I say during every video, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any financial decisions based on what I'm saying here today. But I can say that back when silver was $20 an ounce and gold was below $2,000, I spoke my heart, which is what I'm doing right now, not financial advice, believing that the prices would go higher, and that's exactly what happened. Let's talk about what's going on with the ETFs right now. One final point. Chinese television talking about how silver is going boom, boom, boom. Think about that. Boom, boom, boom. $50 silver, $60 silver. But let's look at what's going on in the West, because if the West wakes up, my friends, we could be in for an unbelievable ride in the silver market. This comes from Metals and Miners. It's happening, guys. Silver ETF inflows at record pace in 2025 amid surging prices. Okay. During the first half of 25, silver-backed ETP saw net inflows of almost 95 million ounces, taking the total global holdings to 1.13 billion ounces. That's almost a year's worth of silver, only 7% below the peak level of 1.2 billion in February of 2021. So what this means, why we want to pay attention to this, is because this indicates that while the retail bullion market is still kind of wishy-washy, not that great, on the ETF side, the ETP side, we're seeing money flowing in. That shows smarter money, bigger money, institutional type money starting to move into silver. And we know that as of the last report that I heard, the SLV ETF had no shares available to be lent out, meaning it was not almost impossible to short the SLV ETF. So we're going to keep an eye on that, because we also know there are some strange things, unique scenarios unfolding between the COMEX and the LBMA and these ETF holdings. People are digging into it very deeply. But on the electronic paper, make-believe silver markets, there's some very strange things happening. And one way that those strange things could get rectified could potentially be with a big short squeeze. One more chart for us to look at here, guys, because this is a good one. We appreciate this from North Star Charts. Silver. Okay, when we were at the red arrow, I told you that the chart, a historic cup and handle that will be used as a case study for decades to come, was telling us we could move to the red circle. This is only stage one, and much bigger moves lie ahead. Look at this, guys. We are in historic times for the silver price. And when we look at this chart, right, what he's talking about is this area up here, which puts us up into the high 40s for the silver price. This can happen much quicker than we are expecting. We've got Russia also now launching their own gold trading contracts and their own gold exchange. Things are happening at record speed. The other thing we'll touch on before we wrap up here is what we've talked about down here in the basement for years and years, stagflation. And now even Goldman Sachs is talking about inflation going up through the end of the year. That is deflation in stagflation. The stag is a slowing economy. Remember, right, the last time we had real stagflation in this country was during the 70s, and we saw returns on gold and silver that would make your eyes melt. It feels like we're moving into a new era. Chinese television telling us, right, that the Chinese people are going boom, boom, boom for silver, okay? All the analysts pointing out that every indication, is that silver could be heading up into the mid to high 40s and that this can happen quickly. It's an exciting time to be here. It's an exciting time to be with you. Hey, guys, don't forget, I want to mention to you, I've been supported by the good people at Dirty Man Safe now for quite a while. There it is, Dirty Man. This is the safe that you can bury in your yard, just like the pirates did. Keep your belongings safe from fire, flood, any form of natural disaster. Go learn more about it at dirtyman.com, and there is a discount code. You see it there? Ron10. Okay, I love this thing. I was super impressed. It exceeded my expectations when it showed up. And of course, thanks to Ledger, the crypto hardware wallet security leader, for sponsoring my channel, and MoonPay, right? They are the fintech leader, growing and innovating like no other company out there. Number one, you take care of yourself. It's going to be crazy interesting to see how this silver and gold market play out in the next 6 months. We are at a massive pivot point. I think the future looks bright, okay? Always do your own diligence, but please always come back to the basement, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.